please, oh my gosh, please bear with me. I'm a little nervous because the pressure is on. The pressure is getting what? I am so close to 500 subscribers and meeting that threshold, hence the nervousness. So please, if you like this video, like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and you know, I don't do this for $1, not yet. Let's be honest, I chose this topic because this is something I've debated with myself, so I thought it would be important to show my reasons why you should not keep your lock extensions a secret. It has crossed my mind back when I had lock extensions. In my mind, I could have got away with telling people that this was my natural hair. To be honest, and I'm only speaking on my lock extension journey and my experience, the locks I had were not as natural as I initially thought they were. If you're to ask me now, I could spot lock extensions from a mile away. And that's only because I have a lot of experience as of late with locks and lock extensions. I can see the contrast between them, so I'm able to point them out better. Not to say that if you have lock extensions necessarily look fake. To a normal person walking down the road, they probably won't be able to tell. Most likely they won't be able to tell. I believe it's only because of my work that I'm able to tell. Don't also be nervous and be like, oh my gosh, my lock extensions look fake, because some lock extensions look really good where even I second guessed myself. I was like, are those lock extensions? I promise you're okay. With that being said, this is why I think you should not keep your lock extensions a secret, coming from someone who heavily debated the fact with myself. I'm doing a lot of hand movements. Let me just stop. Like, starting off hot for the simple fact that people know you. So if you just go around telling everybody that your locks are real, like, you've lived a life before lock extensions, right? People know you.
Just a heads up, I give you a lot of theoreticals in this video, more than I realized, but it makes sense. Just stay with me.
So I've also personally had experiences where, like, I'm in the bank or I'm at the grocery store and somebody has complimented my hair and asked me if it was real, because they just look so perfect, and you know, you're gonna get that question. Sometimes I say yes, and sometimes I say no, and it really just depends on who I'm talking to. If that person has locks, I feel like they already suspected it and they were just trying to confirm for themselves. By the power of elimination and deduction, I would come to that conclusion, just tell them the truth. And at the time when I had lock extensions, like 2 years ago, this was very new. Like, lock extensions were very new. There was only one type of lock extensions. It was just very new. But say it was somebody of lighter complexion, I would just tell them yes. They wouldn't even understand the concept of lock extensions, and I wasn't about to sit there and educate them on the fact that is not my job. So it depended on who I spoke to, but overall I feel like you should really be open about your journey and the fact that you have lock extensions. Either people already know, people will suspect, or just that person where it's like, no matter what type of hair you have, they're gonna ask you if it's real. Those type of people.
Another reason why you wouldn't lie is because your hairdresser needs to know. Personally, I did not stay with the same person that did my lock extensions because of the distance, but say you go to another hairdresser and they just don't know that you have lock extensions, have never worked on lock extensions before, whatever. It is important, especially for your hairdresser, to know that you have lock extensions. So that's another reason. I'm not sure why I didn't bring that up, but yeah.
Have common sense? And I don't want to say it like that. Do what's comfortable for you. If it's that uncomfortable for you to let people know that you have lock extensions, that's a whole different conversation, and that's between you and God. I just think it will be a lot easier for you, and you will be a lot less stressed. It'll be a situation where, say you told one family member that this is your real hair, but then too much drama to lie. You will benefit greatly from just being honest. And you know, if you were to get braids or any other protective style, it's essentially the same. It's just that lock extensions in particular last longer. Like, lock extensions aren't temporary. It's not like you have it in and then you take it out and move on. The goal, I would assume, is to facilitate your own locks growth, and then when you get to that comfortable point, eventually cut them off or trim them, whatever you're comfortable with. I don't know. In my list, I have a list down here, right? I have people know you and people done saw you. That's in the same vein. Like, I don't think you would benefit that much from lying unless it's in those special instances, and where I told you before, where You know, that person doesn't really know you. They're a stranger. It's in passing. That's the only time it would benefit you to lie. It's not that deep. Another reason why you should just be upfront about it is that you're going to lose track very quickly. I don't know you personally. I know I would trip up. I know I'm going to talk about my lock extensions to one person, and then the person standing right here is like, lock extensions. You know, you're gonna find yourself in those awkward situations, and people are just gonna wonder why you lie. Just don't set yourself up like that. If I was going to say who not to lie to, especially, it's the people in your life directly. Your colleagues, your classmates. Like, do not lie to them. You see them often enough for them to eventually clock it. It just sets you up for a weird dynamic, and you don't want that. And I also know a big reason why people may be inclined to lie is because of the whole rhetoric around lock extensions in general, that it's cheating, that it's not a real journey, all of those. And you will hear that, especially those who had to struggle through the awkward phase. Personally, me, I'm gonna say that they're just petty. I will just say that they are mad that they suffered and you don't have to. That's just my opinion. That's all. Having lock extensions is not inherently shameful, even though people are going to try to shame you real bad, especially if you're very open about it, like me, who start to post on YouTube about it, post on TikTok about it, post everywhere about it. People are going to try to shame you into feeling guilty for the route you took, and just don't feed into it, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. There's no shame in choosing that journey. Times have changed, and people are just going to have to be okay with that, because regardless if you choose to or not, people are going to do it. I did it. A lot of people are doing it because of the alternative of not going through that awkward phase. It just shows how advanced our techniques and how our community as a whole has advanced, and that's not to be ashamed of. It's to be applauded, because that's amazing. That's amazing work that somebody has thought this up and was able to facilitate everybody else's growth, because I don't think I would have chose locks if I wasn't able to choose that route. And that's the truth. I don't think I would have did it if I didn't have that choice. And because I had that choice, I'm able to sit here today with my very, very beautiful locks and do different fun things like this, where I would do this with my natural hair if I could. Like, these are nothing but some straight backs, okay? If you're feeling any type of way, let me be the person to tell you that it's okay. It's becoming more and more and more abundant, where it will not matter. It's just because it's still so new. People hate change, okay? They hate it. Let me tell you. The way you can achieve different looks and different textures through lock extensions as well. Different everything. You could get colored extensions instead of coloring your natural hair. It's just, the possibilities are really endless, and lock extensions are just one of the ways that you could do it. At the end of the day, it is all up to you and your choice and how comfortable you are with yourself. And I really want to emphasize that you need to be comfortable with yourself when getting lock extensions. Even though people are saying it's cheating, it's not necessarily like an easy journey because of all of this rhetoric around lock extensions. It is not an easy way out. It's not like a shortcut even. Like, your hair still has to grow, and nothing's gonna make it faster. Like, yes, I have lock extensions and it appears longer, but my natural hair is still growing, and it still takes time to grow. Only 2 years in, I'm at a state where my natural locks make me comfortable, where I could just go out with my hair and that's okay with me. It's all about being comfortable and being comfortable with yourself and still feeling beautiful, still feeling pretty, because at the end of the day, our hair means a lot to us. And when I say that, I mean like the Black community in general. Our hair means a lot, and you want to be comfortable in your own hair, or else it has a domino effect. If you don't like your hair, you won't like your outfit, you won't like your makeup, you won't feel that confidence that comes with loving your hair. And that goes not only for the Black community, but everybody. Everybody can understand that sentiment and understand where I'm coming from. With that being said, you need to be okay with that and go with your gut. Do what you want. Don't listen to these people. Listen, with this being said, I don't want to hear no other woman dogging a guy for getting lock extensions. We're also not doing that. So just because you're a woman and it's more accepted to have long hair and do the lock extension route, men also don't want to be clowned for their hair, especially black men. So let's not turn around the narrative and start demonizing our men because they have lock extensions. Did that in its tracks. I don't want to feed into that narrative of, oh, when you have long hair, it's only because of fake hair. Like, that's not true. My hair is just getting there. It's gonna take time. So I don't want to be the person to just feed into like that, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna tell anybody because who's to say that my hair isn't this long? Your hair isn't that long and that's okay. You will get there. The thing about locks, I said it before and I'll say it again, it is the single most protective style. If you're to ask me, the only true protective style that truly grows your hair lengthwise. Like, the retention with locks is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen clumps of hair. There is the notion that, like, okay, when you comb out the locks, all of this hair comes with it. My opinion is that locks are not meant to be combed out. It can be, and you could use locks to just facilitate your hair growing so you could get to a certain length. You could do that. Lots of people do, but personally me, this is the only true protective style because it never comes out. It's the true protective style because the retention is crazy. All the hair you grow, you keep. So that's why I love locks the most, and I say it's the true protective style because it is. And you can fight with your mom with that. I'm not gonna argue. But yeah, this was just a short, cute little video, and I just had to get that think piece out there. If you like this video and you want more videos like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and help me get to 500 subscribers so that I can meet that threshold. And I'll see you in the next one.